Welcome to our live translation event service, where we expect to be lifted up at 5:33 a.m. on Wednesday, April 26, 2023. I want to talk about something. I feel like there's a lot of pressure that has not been put on people by God. A lot of our walk with God is day in and day out. Like, it's just Jesus walked before Jesus went into full-time ministry. And by the way, we are all full-time ministry. And even Jesus was when he was just, before he was put on a stage, so to speak. Because we're full-time ministry with Jesus, Not everyone is put on a stage. But before he was put on a stage, he was just a friend of God. And that's huge. He was just walking with God. That's it. Talking to him as he was doing his carpentry work. He give like really big words. I'm going to say big. We're just together. For the things right in front of you, that's ministering unto God, consulting with God about everything, being his friend. Jesus was in communion and fellowship. He was a carpenter. It was only the last 3 years when he was put on a stage. Giving incredible messages, moving, busy, busy, busy. So I just wanted, and sometimes I feel that pressure on me. It's not, God didn't put it there. And I said, Lord, do you want me to say anything? He talks to me behind the scenes. He's telling me things. But he's like, no, we're together. So when you see that I'm not, the live translation event services it's a calling to command his hand twice a day, every day. But if you're not, people sometimes, Judy, is God saying anything? What's going on? Yeah, he is. But what's he saying to you? I'm not always to release things, and he's not always giving me groundbreaking. I'm just walking with him. I'm doing things behind the scenes that I'm not supposed to be made public, that God's testing me on. I'm talking with him. He's working with me. And I just want to say that, like, so much of our walk with God is just doing daily things and being obedient in daily mundane things and moving mountains quietly behind the scenes, doing what he's saying. Oh, Jesus, on the night he was betrayed, he took the bread, he broke it, and he gave thanks, and he said, take, eat. This is my body broken for you. Do this in remembrance of me. Let's eat the body of our Lord. And in the same fashion, he took the cup and he blessed it. And he gave thanks and he said, take, drink. This is my blood spilled for you. Do this in remembrance of me. So let's drink the blood of our Lord. For as often as we eat our Lord's body and drink his blood, We carry his life, death, and resurrection in us every day, never forgetting what he did for us and what we can do for him. Why we were redeemed is to love him and receive his love. That is so huge. Receive his love him back. Receive his love him back. And the overflow of what's left over, spill it onto the world as he leads. As he leads. He might be having you pour all that precious perfume right at his feet, and people around you, that's a waste of money. That's a waste of time when she poured the perfume. We could have sold that perfume and given money to the poor or provided for our needs, but she spilled it at his feet. It's not about performance. It's about friendship, fellowship, oneness and unity with God. Right now, I'm preparing a very important mission trip behind the scenes. I'm preparing to gather with Tana and Stevie. The tribe has never been gathered in one spot all together. And Lana is with us in spirit. She's our angel in the chat room. And that's important to God. So when we take this communion, we are just, every day we are communion and union with God is where it's at. Just day in and day out talking to him. So when we eat his body and drink his blood, we proclaim our Lord's miraculous virgin birth, his sinless, spotless, perfect life, even though he became a man just like us, so he could sympathize with our weaknesses and understand how hard it is down here. We proclaim his gruesome but willing death for us. His glorious resurrection, he didn't stay in that grave, and his soon return, even today. And sheep, remnant bride church, just like Jesus didn't stay in that grave, we're not staying in this planet. We will disappear in the blink of an eye and be in one realm. Blink your eyes, you'll be in the next realm. It's called the rapture. It's called the wedding supper rapture event. It's called the tribulation event, where those that did not make themselves ready will be left. But we're about to go. And forever be with the Lord. So know that. And don't let anyone steal your crown. Don't let any demon whispering lies in your ear control you. You listen to the Lord. And I just want to say that I'm on a stage, so to speak, because I have a public ministry. I used to be on a literal stage with my husband. We took people around the world. I married an evangelist, and that was like another life, so to speak, in full-time ministry. God told me to quit my natural job, my earthly job, teaching job, and to do this full-time work. God said, command his hand. We surrender, and you will lift us up. Oh, that communion, this is from stress. That's communion. It healed our mind and our emotions. Bodies are aging, and we're in a decrepit bowls and go priest, and Jesus became old. If we appropriate that, speak old. If we appropriate that blood has to be appropriated. That little for us, our Jesus, our lion and our lamb. So when we go boldly into his throne, not timid and shy, ooh, am I going to your wedding? Oh, do you still like me? No, boldly. We can sit on his lap and he can be our dad, because I don't care if you're full grown, man or woman. We all need a mom or dad. And when I say dad, if you need a mom, he'll be your mom. And so I needed a mom and a dad, someone to love and care for me. And you can go boldly into that throne of grace and just sit on his lap and just let him nurture you and settle you and be the father that he is, the mother that he is. And then the access we've been given is that we can be his friend. We can pull up a chair right next to him boldly, not timid. Pull up a chair, sit right next to me in my throne. Lastly, he can be our king, and we can bow at his feet inside of that throne room and just bow and just say over and over again, you are my king. I surrender and submit. I am your servant. Tell me what to do. I trust you and I love you. We have all about. It's not about what's the latest prophetic word, prophet. What's me? God's not marrying someone that he doesn't know. And God told me the church ignores him. And I knew that, and I cried because I said, I've done that. He said, but you don't anymore, and that's what matters. I had a long time to walk with the Lord. He didn't he didn't give me this ministry till I was 44. And he revealed himself to me at 16, and I was a Jesus freak for all those years. I was never like not. I had, but what I mean is he was always there. I was always wanting to be serving him, but there were times where I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to I wouldn't say I was backslidden. I wouldn't go that far, but I just didn't want to hear his voice at the moment. I wanted to do what I need him. It was wretched. The human condition is wretched. Thank God he forgave me and made me aware of what I did. I lived, but didn't understand it completely. What I'm saying is I was still accountable though. And Jesus, Noah said it for 100. I've been saying the door will close, the fire will come. In Noah's case, it was water. And we will be no more. We will be gone. And will you be left, or will you be gone too? Because here, he's coming. Look up.